Well, I'm going to go over, today's a beautiful sunny day, so I'm going to go over and get the Bel Air going and take it for a little ride. And I'm going to take the Galaxie and put it in the storage unit because I have a deposit on it. So probably won't be driving it anymore. So I'm just going to drive it over there and put it in there so it's nothing happens to it, and we'll put the Bel Air over in here. So anyway, let's get the Galaxie going. It's been I don't know, well over a week since I started, probably closer to 2 weeks. I can't remember. It's been a while. I've been driving it though because it's the smoothest riding car I own and has the lowest mileage of any car I own. So yeah, this only has 80,000 miles. The truck has 100,000 and the Escape has like 125, and the Bel Air has almost 200,000 on it. So yeah, like I say, it's been a couple of weeks. Pretty good. Like I say, I'm gonna warm it up, and I like letting them run in neutral, these old cars, before I move them. So I'll put it in neutral and let it warm up a minute. Here we go, just go for a short little last ride around the block, and then I'll take it over and put it in the storage unit. I think the next street's closed now. Yeah, so I don't know, I'll just have to do a little something different for a ride. Yeah, they're definitely not going down there. The Bel Air doesn't even ride as smooth as this car. Fords, hands down, have the best ride of all cars on the road. I've always said if you could blindfold me, and I could always tell you when I'm in a Ford. Oh, well, they got this all dug out too. I have to remember that and not take the other car through here either. But yeah, I think they even ride better than Rolls Royces. Ford, hands down, has always had the best ride on the road. Building a container house there. I think they're replacing all the water mains and the lead pipes into the houses and stuff. They're going to do our street eventually too. We got a lead pipe leading into our house. Alright, I'm going to turn the video off now and we'll get some more when we get to the Bel Air at the storage unit. Alright, we're over here at the Bel Air. I forgot to bring a wrench to tighten the battery cable, so hopefully that'll make good enough contact until I can get it home and tighten it up. And I'm going to crank the engine until it has oil pressure, and then I'll push the accelerator once to the floor, and hopefully it'll start. Hopefully. It's been a mild winter. Usually when it's mild is when it's more cantankerous. Make sure it's in neutral. That also gets fuel up to the carburetor. Alright. Once to the floor, now the accelerator pump's bad. I gotta rebuild the carburetor in this, so. Wow. Alright, and I checked the fluids when I came over here the other day to take the cover off and fold it up. Sounds pretty good. Can hear a lifter just ticking slightly over there, but other than that, it sounds good. Yeah, the WD-40 is going to start burning off the manifolds. I spray them so they don't get rust on them over the winter. We'll get this thing out of the unit and put the Galaxie in. Hopefully I can get out of the Galaxie. The doors are bigger. I'll have to try and squeeze it over to one side a little bit more. So I can barely get in and out of the doors of this car here. Yeah, it definitely needs the accelerator pump. I put a new pump in it, but I think it's the check ball and whatnot that need to be replaced. Trying to get it out of my way here a little bit to get the Galaxie. Let it sit there and warm up while I put the Galaxie in. That car always fires right up. I've never had a problem with it starting in the, what, 43 or 44 years. Bought it March of 1978, March 12th, 1978, and I paid $75 for it, and it had 58,000 original miles on it. It's got 199,000 now. All right, let me get the Galaxie in. Here. Alright, I gotta see what I'm doing, so I'm not gonna video putting it in. Alright, it's warmed up a tad bit. I set the clock, it was only showing 20 minutes fast, so it must have been 20 minutes from now last year when I disconnected the battery to put it away. But anyway, I'm not gonna go for a real long ride in it today. It's easier to get out of this unit going over here to get to the keypad. It's been a long time. I think it was September 11th, or October 11th maybe, the last time I had this out. It's been 6 months since it's been started. I haven't even started it. This is the first time since last fall. I don't start it during the winter. It's the worst thing you can do is just start a car and let it run for a little while. You need to take them out on the road and drive them. So unless I'm taking it out on the road and driving it, I don't even bother starting it. maybe this weekend we'll do a lap on Woodward in it. Alright, I gotta hit the code there to get the gate open, so I'm gonna stop you. Well, I even had the AM radio turned up there. That even works good still. The old tube set warmed up and started playing, and obviously turned it down because I don't want to get monetization, you know, to be demonetized. Alright, I gotta change some gears here. Feels good to drive the old Chev. Haven't had it out in a while. We'll get that odometer over 200,000 this summer. And I think next winter I might try and, if I can get the correct original upholstery and door panel material, I might redo the seats and the door panels on this car back to factory original. If I can get that stuff, that will remain to be seen. I gotta go home, check the air in the tires, tighten the battery cable, and then maybe we'll go for a short ride. We'll see. Sorry, the sun's glaring. That's why when you see one of these cars with a gloss painted dashboard, it's not factory original. The dashboards on these cars were originally kind of a matte color, so they wouldn't reflect on the windshield. But my problem is I've waxed the dash over the years and it's shined it up, so it doesn't have that matte look to it anymore, so it doesn't reflect in the glass. If you ever see someone with those pods chromed or a white dash, yeah, it's a wonder they can even see out their glass driving into the sun. And smell a WD-40 burning off the manifolds. She runs good, considering that I got to do something with the accelerator pump and the power brake booster. I'm going to change that in the near future too. It's right now it's cold, so it works fine. It's only maybe 50, 52, 3 degrees out. But when it's in the 80s and you've been on the road for a while, that's when I have the issues with the power booster. Alright, let me get the air in the tires tested, checked, and that battery cable tightened up, maybe go for a little ride. All the tires were about 26, 28 pounds. I set them at I think 32 when I stored it away. Might have been cooler at that time, but remember, cars have 5 tires, not 4. I get tightened up the battery cable too. So I'm gonna put my air hose away and go for a short ride. I had to put a new battery in my camera too. A good thing I noticed, otherwise I'd be going for a ride without a video. And I set the clock like I said, and it's still keeping time, and once the radio warms up it'll start playing. I got the volume turned down now, so you're not gonna hear it because I don't want to get a copyright. All right, let me get out of here. I got it kind of hard getting out of the garage, so I'm not gonna video that. That's all I'm playing. So I don't want to get a copyright. Wow, this thing's responsive. I'm not used to it. This has an honest to goodness true 250 horsepower. It's got, you know, the combustion chambers are in the cylinder on the 348. The head is milled completely flat. There's no combustion chamber in the head. So the cylinders are very equal volume wise, so they make some very good running engines. The problem with these engines was the manifolds. They put the manifold so it's down into the lifter valley, so the air cleaner would clear the hood, and then the exhaust manifolds kind of square off and come down tight against the block, so they could use the same exhaust system that the small block Chevy used. So the 283 and the 348 will interchange without having to change the exhaust or a lot of the stuff. You can basically swap out your motor and use all your 283 stuff to put the 348 in. The bell housing, the clutch, flywheel, the brackets for like the generator or different stuff like that, but the exhaust will bolt right up. So yeah, they're kind of GM made things so they're easily swappable. It cut cost to manufacture. Alright, I'm gonna turn the camera off here for a moment. It's starting to get on like rush hour panic, you know, when everyone's meing on their way home, so that's why I'm not going to go out long today. You can see what I mean here. Those cars have had North Woodward blocked through the whole green light. They just sat out in the intersection because they got to be that next car ahead, and then they block everyone else. Low end on this car, yeah, I think it would beat the Galaxie. This thing has a little lower gear. It's a 336, where the Galaxie has a 300. They're both 250 horse, but this old 348 has some get up and go, and you can definitely feel it when you step on it. Maybe Friday evening or Saturday evening, if we get some nice weather, we'll go out for a lap on Woodward. Just driving around the neighborhoods for right now. Oh, I gotta get it in the second gear. That's the problem with the stick. You can't do more than you can only drive. Well, it looks like Brett has one of his. If you watch that Classic Ride Society or whatever, and the guy with the 59, then the other guy with the 59 Pontiac, that's another friend of theirs and mine that has that New Yorker Imperial. That's actually an Imperial, not a New Yorker. And I think I have video of that car in one of my past videos of that Imperial. We'll go up here to the end of the street and we'll do a walk around at the park. Then I'm going to go home and have some lunch and call it a day. I can only still do so much, and I get worn out easy. That surgery kind of really did me in. I can work the clutch without any problem. I don't feel like somebody's dug something out of my crotch with a shovel anymore. Oh good, it looks like we can park on the sunny side. Last time there was cars parked there and I couldn't park on it. let's get a little video walk around the car. There we go. And these little 3-speeds are not synchronized to low or reverse, so if you push the clutch and then go to see how it goes to grind, and if it's in reverse and or in neutral and you want to get it right, and you can put it in third or second, then into reverse, and then it doesn't grind. The gear lube gets thin, those gears. It is, yep. If the gears are still spinning, it'll just grind. The gear lube's still kind of thick because I don't really warm the car up good. But like I say, if you want to get it in lower reverse quickly and spend idling in neutral, or you're stopped at light neutral, you can slam it in second or third with the clutch in and then go right to reverse or first without grinding gears. Just a little tidbit on the non-synchro. And if you want to double get like back to first, you double clutch, so when you're downshifting you gotta speed the engine just a little bit to simulate like the RPM it would be going if you're in first. And if you're upshifting and non-synchronized, just let the engine idle when you let the clutch out between gears. That slows the gears down to where you can get it in. They're going to build another house here. I hope it more matches the houses in the subdivision. That's something like you'd see in the northern suburbs. It doesn't even fit in the neighborhood, that house. Most of the time when they do build new homes here, they do build them to kind of match the homes that are existing, which is kind of nice. Well, there we be. The old 348 runs super sweet. I think maybe next winter's project, I'm thinking of one of two things. I'm either going to go through the 348. I'm probably going to turn it 200,000 miles this summer. So, you know, and it leaks a little oil out of the oil pan. The seal doesn't leak where the crank goes in at the cap. It leaks those rubber seals at the bottom of the sump where it meets the timing cover and the rear main cap. That's where it leaks oil. And I want to reupholster the seats back to original and the door panels. The windlace, the headliner, carpet, stuff like that's all fine. It just needs, the seats aren't original upholstery and neither are the door panels. I use these are off, I think, a 63 Chevy, because it originally had them embossed in the panels, the cross V and cross flags, so that's what I did to substitute that embossing. But yeah, there we go. The old Bel Air's running good. I got the carb kit for it right here, so we can go through the carburetor when I feel up to it and when I feel like I can bend over and work on things, that is. And I got the power brake booster right there, so we can throw that on. Like I say, I got to be able to contort around because I got to disconnect the linkage from the pedal under the dash to do the booster. And I do have a new master cylinder, and so I'm going to change that too. That master's probably 20 or plus years old, and so I'm just going to put a new one on, and because it's a single reservoir system, it'll be good preventive maintenance. And all the hoses and lines and everything were new at the same time, but they're all still like new. So I might replace the hoses eventually, who knows, and look at the wheel cylinders. But everything looks good on the car, no leaks or anything that I can see. And the old 348, the old car runs quite nice. And the hood sounds tinny. This car, when it was new, it was in an accident. And the hood and this fender were replaced, and you can see where the inner fender was straightened out. This front corner was smashed. It had this bumper end was replaced. Things were replaced, but when they put a new hood on it, it doesn't have that pad that's usually between the sheet metal and this. So it sounds tinny because of that, because it's lacking that pad in between the two layers of sheet metal. And sometimes the sheet metal, if the wind's right, will move and it looks like the hood's ajar, but this is as tight as can be. It's just the sheet metal. See how it jiggles when you close it, but it's solidly closed, but yet you can push a little. So that's because that's been like that since it was new. That, like I say, this front corner was wrecked when the car was brand new. So there we go. Nice ride in the old Bel Air, and she's back in the garage, old car alley garage here, to where I can putz around with it a bit. Well, that's it for this video. If you liked the video, definitely hit the like button. If you like my channel, you can subscribe by hitting that 348 engine icon that's in this car. And thank you for watching my videos.